You can't even get your name right. That's so cool. Well, I'm just helping you. I'm correcting you.
Okay, we'll
That's
do
just
some
incorrect
corrections in a minute.
information.
Well, hi, Craig and Tracy again from Caravans by the Campfire. In this episode, we're making our way back to the true fully off-road caravan. So that'll be coming up very shortly. What do you think about that?
Flames are going. That was me.
You see that? Every time! Just coming into this campsite, we've had to clear half the forest.
Jump, jump, jump! Oh my god! You're splitting the wood.
Need a beer after that. Craig here, Caravans by the Campfire. Listen, special shout out to everyone who's liked and subscribed our videos. This is episode number 5. We're going to have a look at the Gator, or the JB Gator, fully off-road van. Right, this Gator, 17-foot tan off-road van, fully off-road van. It's got all the gear. It can go anywhere you want to take it. Now we like to come to places like down here in the valley, places where you really need a four-wheel drive to come here, so you want to bring a van that can cope with all of that. The difference between the dual axle and the single axle van, like this single axle van, you know, it turns much easier in tight spaces. So once you go to a dual axle van and you want to get into smaller, tighter places, you know, you're just going to have a hard time. So do you need that size van? Just looking around the back here, it's got 2 jerry can holders, which are a great thing. You know, you'd want to have one with some emergency water in there, maybe another one for fuel, who knows. Spare wheel. Up the back we've got a nice work light, plus we've got the Safety Dave reverse camera, which you can watch from the cab of your car all the time. It's got a nice sturdy bar at the back. It's got 3 main bracing beams here. If you have a look in here, 3 main bracing beams. Really well secured under the van too, so I'll show you that. So I think what you could have here, you could easily mount up some bikes, maybe a portable boat trailer, that kind of stuff. It's only got 1 spare wheel, so that'd be fine. If you're on your big trip or your big lap around Australia, maybe you'd want to have a think about putting another one on there. But so around this side of the van, a fair bit happening here. This is a little hatch for a generator, room in there. Goes back about 500mm, 450, yeah, about 35 wide, so you could get a small generator in there. Yeah, that's fine. At the moment it's just got all these grey water tanks, freshwater tanks, some spare diesel. That's for the diesel heater, so that's not a bad thing. Yeah, these latches here, that's okay. Now down here, instant gas hot water, so this seems to be becoming all the rave. Instant gas hot water, have a look in there. Just a fairly simple unit. Works well so far. You do need to get a little bit of water running through, so just be aware of how much water you're actually using. Yep. Next, toilet. It's a standard, this is a Dometic unit, which is fine. These just pull out. This has been plumbed into the main water supply. No need. Some of the Thetford ones have their own separate water point where you've got to fill up the water, but this is fine, easy to get in and out. Dometic fridge, so this is the vents for the fridge up the top and down the bottom. Then we've got the 15 amp plug-in, so if you're at a caravan park or plugging your generator in, yep, just plug her in there. This is the main fuse box. It's got an inverter installed, so this is the main trip for that, and then the main isolator. A lot of vans have these inside, so I guess there's some logic to having them outside, but I'd rather see them inside. Okay, let's have a look at this outdoor shower.
Yeah, so this is the window, and then on the other side. Woo!
Yes, good.
Love this window.
So you can hand beers out to me while I'm having an outdoor shower. Is that right? The kitchen's on this side?
Yeah, maybe. Why do you need beers out?
Now look here. So you turn the hot water to the left and the cold water to the right. Look at that. That is epic. Why one goes to the right and one goes to the left, no one has told me yet. So if you want to jump on the comments and tell me, that'd be good. I don't think anyone knows themselves. Yep, 2 water tanks. I think there's a 90-litre water tanks. Yep. Cool, big windows. More vents up there. These windows are great, like the size of these windows. You really can open them up wide. And look, most vans now are having this big window in the sleeping area, so I guess that's for ventilation, that kind of thing. Moving down here, we've got a hatch. Have a look at this hatch. It goes all the way through. So big open area. What we've had in here is a couple of tables and then some chairs, those kinds of things. But you can see it's pretty well used. It's got one light here, which is good. Interestingly though, it doesn't have a light at the other end of the tunnel boot, so when you go on the other side, I don't know what you can see in there in the dark. So you might want to have a think about that. Where are the lights in your tunnel boot? And are they going to be adequate in the night time? Yeah. And again, this one here, it's pretty robust. Yeah. So you don't want a cheap, soft plastic light. You want something that's got a bit of guts about it. The front of this van it's really like symbolic of being an off-road van. It's got the 2 gas bottles here. It's got the diesel tank in here. Good tap down here. It's also got this toolbox. They've got some treads on here or max tracks you can mount them, so that's a fairly good idea. But when you have a look in here, yeah, it's got a little bit of space for some things. Comes down in a hurry. Work light. So it's got the D35 hitch, which is a good thing. Very easy to put onto your car. It's got the trailer safe breakaway system, which is fine. Everything connects up here. This uses elect brakes, so if you don't have a brake controller in your car, you can use the app. The elect brakes work quite fine. If you're hooking it up to your own car and you've got your own brake controller, just make sure that this elect brakes is disconnected, because sometimes they send the wrong messages to each other. Yeah. So when I say disconnected, what I mean is you don't use the elect brake, you use your own brake controller in the car to activate the brakes. So that's a fairly simple system. Nice handbrake, center position jockey wheel. Now I think all these jockey wheels are rubbish. They're just junk. You know, you'll have them for a couple of months. If you're using the vans all the time, particularly off-road, you go to lift it up, the van will move around, then they'll bend a bit, then they're no good at all. You can't roll them anywhere. You know, if you're on a big concrete pad, maybe that's the time when you can use them. I will note that a lot of these vans now don't have their Hercules handles that I've referred to before. They just don't need them, you know, a bit of a fad from the 90s. Nice mesh on here just to protect the rocks going up. As you can see here, we've just driven in on a dirt road that had a couple of little bits of water on it. So sort of protecting the front of the van okay. This provides a bit of a windbreak for the barbecue. It's got a nice little barbecue in here. Now you could use this for anything at all. You don't have to have a barbecue in here, but nice and convenient. That latches and holds pretty secure. Well, these little plastic covers, look, they're quite effective, but over time, this little bit here, it's just going to break off in the sunlight now. But anyway, at least it provides, for the time of its life, opportunity to get the dust out of that locking mechanism. These are all Thetford hatches, right? which are pretty standard on most caravans. One thing to note when you're having a look at these hatches, just have a look at the hinge areas here. Some of the vans, and we saw that on a recent van that we had, I think it might have been a Jayco. If these aren't sturdy enough, see this drops down here, so it's got to, you don't want to have too much pressure on these hinges. Yeah, otherwise they'll just break. And you won't be replacing the hinge, but this one here looks like it has a pin, so maybe you can just put one in. Other than that, you're taking the whole unit out just to replace one of the hinges. It's got some reasonable rubber seals there. You can see inside, if you have a look. If you can see inside, there's really not much getting past this rubber area. Yeah, you can see it's kept the dirt out the side here. Okay, we've got an outdoor picnic table. This is quite good compared to others. Just remember, these outdoor tables, they generally don't have any rubber seals or anything. They're just there, so every time you open them, you're going to have to be having a little bit of a clean up. Yeah, check out the little locking devices too. Some of them are very weak and flimsy, and you can tell they're not going to last very long. These ones here with the little locks and the latch that comes out the top here are a far better option than the one that swings over from here. You know, those sort of latches that come up from the inside and hook onto something in here. Yeah, so the ones that come up through here appear to us to work better. That's good. Power outlet for outside. That's good. You can plug in anything here, your kettle, coffee machine, toaster, whatever you like. Any external device. That's provided you're plugged in at a caravan park, of course. This van has an inverter in it, but it's not connected to all power points. Place to put your TV. Again, these seals here, if you have a look, you can see where the dust is getting past the seals here. You can see where there's been a little bit of water sitting there and it's dried up, but that dirt there is definitely gone past the seal, and there's some inside. Apart from the zone van, which seems to keep all dust and water out of everything, you can expect you're going to get a little bit of dust and dirt past all of these hatch. It's not going to be a catastrophe, but it's going to get past it. What else we got here? These windows here, on this van, the dining area is on this near side, yeah, the door side. Again, you've got a big open window in the bedroom. You can pass things in and out of here, but if the kitchen was on this side, we'd prefer that a lot more. Maybe it's not a problem for other people. We've got the lights up here. There's 2 LED lights. Now these are the good ones. They change from white to orange. So orange being the one that attracts the insects less than what a white one does. And they're quite bright too. We've noticed on a number of vans, the lights out here, they're just the white ones and they're not overly bright. So you want to check those out before you're going to buy a van. And it's these little things that make all the difference between your creature comforts and how you feel out there on the road. This door here, okay, it's a little bit different to other doors in the sense that, right, this screen door in particular, it's got actually 4 points of latching which go up and down. There's 4 points where it latches, so it doesn't just lock here and have a clip down here and a clip up there. When you push it in here, it's got some nice fluffy stuff. Right, you can see here too, nothing's getting past those seals. You can actually see on there. So it closes, right, it's pretty hard. You can push it, but you can feel how sturdy that is. Yeah, so if you just come here and open this handle, close the door, that's like a bulletproof screen door. That's pretty impressive, really. Nice grab rail handle. Again, you got the holes here, one at the bottom and one at the top, where the main door just comes around here. That just closes nicely. Click, click, open the door. When you lock, this will just go in. Yeah, very easy to operate. Half a turn, goes in, turn the key back, no problem. Yeah. Open the door. Well done. There's a door stopper here, right? I don't know whether it comes with the van or if it's an aftermarket thing. but it needs to be repositioned somewhere else, because when you come around here, that door now is on the door stopper, right? Yeah, I've got 2 centimeters to go. I've got 2 centimeters to go before the latch is going to clip onto the side of the van. So when I push that back, you can see down here, you can see when I'm pushing that back the pressure that's putting on that hinge. Yeah, right through here. So just latch that in. So over time that's going to fatigue and most likely break. So I'd be moving that out of the road. Okay, so outside we've got 2 external speakers. Now look, they work great. There's no problem with them. There's the same issue that most other vans have that we've ever taken out. Right? When you're inside, vibration, and we're not playing rap music, right? And we're not playing music loud. So as soon as you get it in there, if you turn it up to like 4 out of 10, you start to get those vibrations on internal cupboards or internal panels. So who's ever designing all this stuff needs to have a little look at what they're going to do to stop that happening, because that'd drive me nuts. We've got some nice mag wheels. These are JB Caravan wheels. They're 16-inch rims, and they got some nice all-terrain tyres on them, which seem to be fine for the job. Yeah. Okay, these external stairs, they just come down there fine. They've got an external load rating, a couple of 100 kilos, so it's going to be enough for me and you and someone else. So we can all stand on that. Listen, I think there's a debate about having an electric stair and just a pull-out one. They pull out so easily now. It's not like the old 1970s Caravan where you've got to rip it out with 2 of your mates. Right, they just come out nice and easy, lightweight aluminium. So pushing a button and having an off-road van and getting lots of dirt and stuff all around that motor and mechanism and having it fail and then trying to work out how to open the stair. I don't know, I'd just be grabbing these stairs. They work, they're really effective. And like most vans, they've got the standard roll-out awning. Now this awning here, where we've been, was super windy. Now there's no anti-flap kit with this particular van at all, so you'd probably have a think about putting it on, but watching it yesterday and how it was acting in the breeze, and they were strong gusts of wind. So I think if you've got it all adjusted properly, maybe a couple of little ties here between the end and that rail, you'd probably get away with this awning most of the time without having it, like it doesn't have any support beams whatsoever in here. Now, we hire this van from On Point Caravan Hire, so a big shout out to Cassie and Rob. They do a great job preparing these vans. They have any number of vans, like we've hired a Lotus from them. This is our second van from them. They deck it out, so if you've got no idea what you're doing, you've got no equipment, it's all going to be in this van, so that's a great place to go to hire the van. So I'll put the details for this particular van in the description. Now we don't get any special rates for hiring these vans. We're just on our journey to find out about different vans. So yeah, get out, but they're nice people. Yep, very friendly. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's go for a little walk inside, a tour inside. First thing I notice is there's no flashy blue light around the stairwell, which is, I'm excited about that. Nice solid grab rail here. That must be fixed inside the wall. That's a beauty, mate. That's not coming off. Okay. Woohoo! The big JB Gator. Nice seating area and table. Yep. What's your first impression inside, Trace?
I like the interior colours.
Colours, looking good.
It matches, it all goes together, it's nice and light.
Yeah, look at that kitchen area, that's nice. Microwave. Overhead cupboards. Yep. Have a look in those.
With under.
Ah, right. So these have got the under latch.
Yep.
So you reach under, push the button. So that saves anything being out here you might hit your head on. Plus it's nice smooth.
And the cupboards do come up like really high.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
there is a lot of headroom.
5'11", and you could leave these cupboards open if you were getting stuff in and out, and you wouldn't be running into them. I don't know about you, but same thing on this side. Two hinges in each of the cupboards.
Yeah, these double strut hinges, or the hinges got the piano hinge up the top, so they're fine. You see them on a lot of vans. You don't really need them, but they think that that's extra security, extra longevity. These struts are really important, so these have got 2 on them. I've noticed in this van that you have 2 struts on all the cupboards and that you might be using most frequently. And the ones like in the bathroom, we'll have a look later, they only got 1 strut. So what do we got here in the kitchen? Normal
drawers.
Got a coffee unit there.
Cutlery drawer, utensils, and they're quite, like they come all the way out, so you can have everything. So
that's a good thing, isn't it? You don't often see these come all the way out past there. Normally they're stopping. So that's a good thing to take note of when you're looking at a van.
So it's 3 drawers.
Yep, all the way out, plenty of room.
And then the final drawer.
They seem pretty deep.
Is a fold down one which goes over the wheel arch, so you can see the wheel arch.
There's just like a bit of extra space in here. I guess you throw things in here like your barbecue utensils. There they are. A few things that you don't use all the time but you need.
Dustpan, like we've got it out at the moment, but anyway.
Dustpan, that kind of stuff.
They all go
Good.
there.
Next one.
Next one is under the kitchen.
Under
so
the
this
sink.
has the pipe. It has the water filter for the drinking water, which is there. Cutting boards. More stuff.
You've always got all these pipes and things, you know. That's a reasonable job, but the neater they do that and the more fixed they are to the side walls, so you've got more space. Just keep an eye out for that.
And then down the bottom, like that's the rest of the wheel arch. So there's a box sitting on the back of that wheel arch, which is and 2 boxes there for cleaning stuff.
That's okay. So if you organise things in boxes, you're fine. What do we got here? Grill, hot plate?
Grill, hot plate. If you want to
Let's have a look in there. So this is normal preparation space, but if you were cooking on this oven, stove, and you see under here, see that? Yeah, where was that?
It was up here on this one.
So as a result, you can't lift that up.
Well, you can lift it up, but then...
No, you can't lift it up because you can't open this to be cooking with.
Yeah, so this one.
Yeah. So just have a little think about where you put these little accessory items.
It's moving.
Anyway, it's no trouble to move that out of the road. 3 gas tops and an electric one.
And it has a griller.
No oven in this one, but again, these are all personal choices I think you make. If you like an oven, like we like an oven, we'd never use the griller, but we'd use the oven. Yeah. Pretty deep.
This is just me putting this away.
Pots and pans.
I'll put this away before we go.
Cool. Yep.
That in there. That's pretty. That is a really deep saucepan drawer. It's one of the deepest ones I think we've seen. Cool. It's really deep.
Yep.
And this is again just another cupboard, so you'll see. Oh, you better get down there. You'll like what's on those pipes.
Oh. Now, have a little look here. This is a heavily used off-road camper trailer. So, see that brown on those pipes there? That's dust. So
it's getting in somewhere in there.
I would expect that where all those pipes go through the floor, there may well not be, I'll have a look from underneath, there may well not be enough silicone around those.
Yeah, so that's the wheel arch, the front of the wheel arch, and then...
That's alright, yeah. I can smell dust as soon as you open that. That's interesting. Okay, we'll have a look at that.
Mr. Sensitive.
Right, so there's another cupboard under here. The latch has gone missing somewhere, so I don't know where that is, but...
But again, it pulls out all the way in line with that cupboard. And that's another really
just excellent that they come out to a point where you can use the whole cupboard and you're not reaching in there trying to lift things over each other. Yeah.
It's good.
Plenty of space.
That's a big cupboard.
That is a giant. Just looking under here, so we've got the diesel heater, that's the inlet, and that's where it pumps out the heat. Now that's underneath that seat, so there's no storage in there other than for the gas heater. Could be a couple of electrical components in there, I'm not quite sure, but it's all screwed down at the top, so no access to underneath these seats. A couple of double power points there, USB ports everywhere, and this table is the standard pole one where you push on this black button, the whole lot goes down. Oh, hold that, let's see if that works. Just get those out of the road for a minute. So, latch there, so you can move it, just watch your fingers on these, so you can move it all the way around to suit your seating. Yep. And when you line it up here, right, when it clicks in, you should be able to push this black button and push the table down, just like that. So a lot of people do this for travelling. I don't even know why. You'd be pretty radical if you thought you were going to break the table off. But if you had another little foam cushion here, you could easily have
day bed.
Just a day bed or a little couple of little
bed.
kiddies sleeping here, you know, if you wanted to take them away somewhere. But yeah, interesting. Let's pull that back up. Cool. So that's not bad, seating area in there. Yep, perfect for 2 people. It is a 2-person van. What I would prefer is having the 2 seats and the table that comes from the wall. Yeah. Whatever those tables are called.
I think it's called the cafe lounge.
You know, that cafe lounge type of setup. That would just give you a little bit more room here, I think. Yeah. So in this kitchen, so just talk about this preparation space. So this is one of those compromise areas, isn't it?
Yep.
If you were using the stove,
yes.
Yep, all you have is the sink. So you probably get one of those plastic, you know, those breadboard plastic inserts here that you see in a lot of vans. That would give you some additional storage.
Yeah.
Although while you were using this, you couldn't be using the tap. So over here we're just charging a laptop up. Coffee machine. These things are great.
Fusion
Probably
locks.
have a couple more of those. Those fusion locks. They're all the rage at Bunnings, mate. You can get them for everything. Well, and I haven't seen one come off the wall at any time. So we've got a microwave up here. This works off the inverter. No problem. So you can use that off grid up here.
This is your fridge.
Yeah, just a little fridge monitor up there so you can quickly check what the temperature is.
Yep. We have another big cupboard up the top here.
Yeah.
That's
so that's very deep, isn't it?
Very wide.
Reach in all the way to the back there. Yeah, that's a long way.
That's not much of a choice.
That's a good that'd be, you know, 45, 50 centimetres. You know, a really good flathead size.
Oh.
From front to back.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the fridge and freezer. Dometic, that's your favourite, isn't it?
It's my favourite. It actually
Of all the vans we've taken out, the Dometic fridge is like outperforming anything and everything before it. So let's have a look in there.
Freezer.
Plenty of freezer space.
Oh yes. We made the ice cubes. We still haven't used them.
There's always plenty of space when you...
The freezers work.
Look at that. It's even...
In every single van,
icing up, mate.
the freezers have worked fantastically well.
That's a beauty. Turn this down. Open this, I mean.
And this is the
Look at
fridge.
that. So again, this is a 2-person van. If this fridge is not big enough for 2 people, you know, I'll be buggered.
Like this, it's got a cooler down the bottom. And this
Crispy unit.
hasn't frozen anything. Like this lettuce is really in here.
That's good. Yeah.
Look at that. It's in really good nick.
There's plenty of space there.
And lettuce is always a good indicator of the
Isn't it?
fridge.
Yeah.
Because whether it freezes or it goes off quickly, that means either the fridge is too hot or the fridge is too cold. So this is a really good measure for getting the fridge temperature right.
Cool. That is good. And look at this. It's got no special safety latches at all. You know, when you're travelling, you know, a lot of the fridges here. I know that, buddy. What's that last one we had? Was that a... What was that?
That was a Thetford one.
Thetford.
That was a Thetford three-way.
They have all these little latches in here that you get your fingers caught in all the time. Whereas this is, you know, look, just push on that and she opens. Locks, opens. Look at, you can see the... Look at that. She's pumping out there, mate.
Look at that. It's
We could make a movie.
5 more. But anyway.
Yeah. So you see here, the little simple... It's a bit sunny here, wait a minute. Yeah. So I just push that here, and you just push a couple of times till you get to the settings. That's only on 2 out of 5. Yeah, so we could even turn that down 1 more. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, operating off the battery.
It is. I think it's a good size. Yeah. It's a really
so
good
this is
size.
a 2-way fridge. It's like battery or mains power. That's good. Slide up the night sky. All vans have these skylights. You want to be looking for at least a couple in your van. Pretty standard. I've noticed here that a lot of them now have got just a simpler one push button. Open up the hatch fully. Look at that, a lot of airflow in there.
I'd leave that open.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that open. That's cool. But yeah, look, it's got a couple of adjustments in there. You can go this high, this high. It's only just got to come back down past that button. So nothing complicated. You know all those levers that you use that you've got to push the buttons? They just break over time.
Blue lights.
So
Blue lights.
that's good. It's got a little blue light up here as well.
I can't see. I can't see. Oh,
Here we are.
You should have changed it.
Blue light, white light, and the skylight. You can see a white light, turn it to blue again. Blue, all the rage. Goodness gracious. These slide very easily compared to some of the other ones I've seen. You know, if you're looking at these hatches and you've got to force them back and force them forward. I just prefer this, easy to operate. That's beautiful, isn't it? Let's have a quick look in the bathroom.
You want to open the door. Go to here.
I'll just show you under the fridge. So this van has 2 water tanks. Yeah. So it has the one water pump, which is positioned underneath the fridge here. It's a 12-volt pump. So they've actually plumbed it up so you can open, just like that, open each tank. So whatever tank you want to be working off, they're clearly numbered 1 and 2. That's a good thing, easy and convenient. Mind you, when I say easy and convenient, I'm down on my hands and knees on the bottom of the van looking under. So, you know, could probably put those valves somewhere else that were more convenient. So when you come down to this bed area, it's a queen size bed. Has it got an extension?
I don't know, I haven't really looked at it.
No, I don't think so.
I think it is actually extended already.
So, queen size bed. Let's have a little look underneath it. Okay, so that folds up. Fair bit of storage room here in the front. Yeah, and that's the big brain box system.
That's
so this
3,000 watt inverter done.
This has the BM Pro Battery Plus 3,000 watt Renogy inverter. Now that's just the ants pants, mate. Good. It's also the temperature control down there for the hot water. We have instant hot water in this van. But yeah, so that's good. This battery, the BMP Pro Smart Connect system, there's an app as well that you can plug into, but certainly good. Here, cranking up. We've got the inverter on at the moment, charging up that laptop. You can see that this has some screws in where you can determine the length that you want this bed to come out. So it is actually an extension one, but you can't just automatically pull it out. You're going to undo those screws and then relocate it. So if you're a bit longer, you can do that. So that's a good thing. Let's have a look there while we're down here. There's 2 cupboards either side of the bed. Mm-hmm. Yep. They're not the most convenient to get into because when you open them, can you open that one? Yeah. So there's got enough room there. Get a few personal items in each side. Plenty of power points, USB ports. That's quite a heavy bed to lift up, actually.
Well, we've got a king size tuner on it, so it's bigger.
Oh, that's made it heavy, king size tuner. It's just a heavy bed. So that's a full metal frame bed. If you have a look in the, like a Jayco van, for instance, all that's aluminium under there. Now, I'm not sure what's going to last longer, but that's how come their vans are so much lighter. Got a nice little personal lights up here. They change from white to blue to off, so that's quite convenient. Show me those side drawers in there, side cupboards. Yeah. These are very deep, actually.
Massive. I've got jumpers down there, and
you don't get an idea, but it'd be a good 40 centimeters down from the ledge of from the ledge here to the bottom. So you can fit a whole lot of stuff in there. If you want to hang things up, plenty of room. Yeah.
So it's only a single hinge.
These are the ones that only have the one strut. Yeah. So they've all got the piano hinges, but they only have one strut. So if that strut fails at any time, I guess they might think that you're not opening these as much. Because there is room here. There's no reason not to have 2 struts on these. I'd rather see 2 struts.
You should open your side, you'll see the depth on your side.
Yeah, I'll just show you how deep this is down here. Yeah, you can see like all the way down there. That's a long way down. Yeah. You can nearly climb in and hide there, some small kid. Good. Again, USB ports. USB ports are everywhere. This is the only van I've seen with 700 USB ports.
So there's USBs on both sides. That's your inverter, another power point, diesel heater, and they've put these stainless steel or covers on the power points here, which looks quite nice.
They look nice.
It's just an added little feature, I suppose.
Another skylight there. You can see the stars actually. You can't now, but in the daytime. But yeah. You can lay there and watch the stars.
You've got two cupboards here.
Plenty of lights.
Two cupboards here.
Right. A couple of more cupboards down here in front of the bed.
And they match, so you've got one on either side.
Another one's up there.
TV.
So these are like triangular type of
You got a kill
cupboards.
switch for your bathroom light down here.
Got some Sirocco fans. There's a couple in this now. What did you say here? Oh yeah, look here. So if you forget and you've left the bathroom lights on, there's one switch right here. Yeah, you can move this TV, slide it out. Okay, so we've got the lights. Now down lights are all the rage in caravans, aren't they?
Yeah, well,
we've got some under cupboard lights. It'd be good if there was some additional lighting up under this area here. But there's not. But that's adequate. That's fine. But yeah, look, this is a smaller van, so 17 foot 10 or whatever, 17 and a half, something like that. So there's section lights. So you got the bed area and you got the lounge area. So if I just activate them now, this is called the living room in here.
No, that's the bed.
This is the living room. So off. I turned the bed ones off, didn't I? So the bed ones only are on down there. Now the point here is, in the night time, these are so bright, these LED lights, that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can just have the bedding end on and the whole van's lit up. Okay, let's have a look at this power unit up here. So this is the BM Pro. So again, just hit a button, lights off, on. This here, lights for outside. We've got lots of lights outside. So you got a backlight, front light, outside lights, right hand side. So that's the off side of the van. So if you're out there walking around, you need some lighting. That is the side of the van too where you'd be plugging in the water and the power. So you might want to have the light on when you pull up in the night time. And here we've got the awning lights. You can turn them from white to orange. Yep, you can monitor your 2 fuel tanks. Outer water there, full tank there, and you got a grey water tank, which is excellent. This is set up for 2 water pumps, 1 for each tank. However, the van only has 1 pump. You really only need 1 pump. So pump number 1 is turned on all the time. What's that one? Yeah, so pump 1. On. Good. You can see the charge. So we've been here 3 days and it's sunny now. We've been using a lot of energy. So you can see the solar at the moment. It's cranking in at 22. Yeah, that charger, internal charger from the solar, right, that was just cranking in at 13 point something. Clouds just come over the sun. Yeah, there is a little bit of a load on, so that's charging that laptop. We've got all the lights on in the van, and you got the fridge running as well. Yeah, so you can see how the solar's dropped down now to 3.9 when the clouds come over. So you just got to be careful here. As soon as we take this load off, those volts will come back up and the available time left on the battery will increase. Battery, so 280 amp hours, we're close to using 50% of the total battery there. And you don't really want to be going too much below that. That's why lithium batteries are a good thing. So, what's in the bathroom?
Into the bathroom. Now this is the really compact area of the van.
So it's a compact area? What's it got?
We have a toilet.
Yeah.
Typical toilet.
This is a Dometic toilet.
Yep.
Dometic are typically the one on the stand. Quite nice to sit on, really. You just pull that front lever out. It's got all the options up there. Push the buttons, lights come on when it's getting full, that kind of thing. Yep.
We've got 2 towel rails. 2 towel rails, 1 and 2. We've got 2 latches. There's a latch on the bottom of the door, and there's 2 holes in the ground, so you can secure the door.
Righto, so it's got floor latches.
Yep.
You can secure it open when you're travelling, or closed, whatever you like.
It's got this as well.
It's got this additional
I think that might be aftermarket.
cable in here. Yeah.
And that's pretty easy. That's like foolproof. I
Easy to
suppose.
operate. You know your door's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yep. And then we've got a washing machine. I like the on-wall washing machines.
It's a Noe.
Yep.
Don't know whether it's pronounced Noe. Someone should tell us if it's not in the comments.
Open it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, if you've just got your few personal items and whatnot and you want to get some washing done, you know, undies, t-shirts, shorts, that kind of thing, perfect. Really water efficient.
Also use it as your dirty clothes bin.
So at the moment here, this van's set up, that's got to operate on 240 volt.
Yeah. And then you have an overhead cupboard, again single strut, but then you have all the chemicals, pegs, stuff in here.
Cool. So plenty of room in there. Yep.
Window, small window. Good. Which is fine, which we haven't got open at the moment.
So that's normal.
Now this has been fitted by Cassie. This is actually quite a practical thing for the vans. So it's like a little Swifter mop.
Yeah.
Which they've put onto the van. And it comes with dry and wet pads. And this is really easy to move around the van and clean the floor.
Good.
Really easy. So it might be something people can... So I'll get it back on, right? Straight in. And that's a good... Like,
again, so we're economies of scale here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's a small boxy area, but it does have a toilet, washing machine, hand basin.
We have 2 overhead cupboards.
Yep. Overhead cupboard. Now this is what we're talking about with the struts. This has one strut, which is obviously failed. Yeah, just won't stay up.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No big deal. It's just
maybe missing a bolt or needs tightening.
No, it's just it hasn't got any pressure in it. So that's just a faulty one. So that's a quick fix. Yep. You've got these overhead extraction fans.
Yep.
With vents. One thing I have noticed in a lot of vans now, they've just gone to the one-way fan, which is the extraction fan. Yeah. Used to see a lot of them that go 2-way, and they'd be full of lights around here, all that kind of fancy stuff. I guess you can get those. The value in having a fan blowing in, you know, maybe it's a super hot day, I don't know, you'd want the heat to go out, wouldn't you? But some of these fans in the shower area, will help dry out the whole shower unit. Yeah. So you can see exactly the same vent system is in there. LED light. As always, I just love these one-piece unit showers. All it means is that there's no joins. Yeah, there'll be a join at the roof, obviously, but there's no joins, so no water is escaping from the shower unit whatsoever.
At the bottom.
And that's probably the biggest drain hole I've seen in a caravan so far. So full marks of that. Flick mixer tap. Yeah. It's pretty good. It is a smaller area, so if you're a bigger person, you know, you can turn around in there and whatnot and wash your hair. Yeah. But if you want to dry yourself off in there, again, if you're a larger person, taller person, it's just a little compromise. But you did get to have a shower, didn't you?
Yep.
Cool.
So we have another big cabinet here.
Plenty of cupboards under here. I like the way they've done the plumbing this time. It's all out of the road. That's good. Plenty of room down the bottom. Up the top, and we've got 4 drawers here. They're all working. Yeah. 4 drawers.
Basically, this is ceramic too.
Ceramic basin.
Not plastic.
Good. Flick mixer tap.
Mirror. It's got an under.
Nice big mirror. Under cupboard lights.
Yep. Which is just touch lighting. And it's got 4 drawers again. Oh, we've just got some extra food stored in this one, but.
Right. 4 drawers. Plenty of space.
And this one opens the same, which I just got something in there as well.
The bottom of these vans, look, in all vans I've seen so far, the bottom cupboard seems to be, you know, there's something in there that's stopping it from having a normal sliding drawer. Which is no big deal, but it's just the flap opens and you've got to get down. So you'll be putting stuff in there that you don't use too often.
Or in baskets.
Yeah.
You bring out.
Cool.
And then you have another power point.
Okay. Full of power points under here.
And this is the switch for the lights.
Yeah, good.
It doesn't operate this one, as I said.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
That's
enough room. I find it's enough room. You just got to be efficient drying techniques.
Yeah.
Craig thinks no.
When I have a shower, I've got to
this
come
is my
out.
drying technique
I've got to
area.
come out into this big area here where I can splash around with the towel and everything. What's wrong with that? Okay, we'll just have a quick look under the back. So it's got some protection. This is actually the grey water tank at the back. The 2 water tanks are down there front of the axles. Yeah. So, isolation point for the instant gas hot water. Plenty of coverage of those main pipes under there. You see this stuff here. Just got to get yourself some of that if you're going to be taking your van off-road. Just saves any breakages whatsoever. Again, you can see this is mounted up here, this rear bar. Secured in 3 points, so it's got a little bit of strength about it. Feels sturdier too, so these support struts are great. Nice and strong and sturdy. If you can find the ones with the bigger pad, or the biggest pad possible down here, just gives you a little bit more stability as you go. Yeah, so there's the grey water tank. Here's the connection point if you're in a caravan park, plug your water in. Yep. Let's have a little look under here. So we've got the 2 batteries outside. Now this is a fully off-road van. I'd be thinking of trying to put these batteries inside if I was buying a new van. Yeah, that just gives you a little bit more clearance between here and the ground if you're going to be off-roading all the time. You can sort of see there the front's had a little bit of a ding in its travels. It's got the Cruise Master suspension under here. Double shocks, XT version of the suspension. Yeah, so this is independent suspension. You can see the gas exhaust, not the gas exhaust pipe, the diesel heater exhaust pipe up there. So that's plumbed in under the seat inside. And again, all these pipes are covered. So full marks for covering all these pipes. Now, this is where we saw the dust underneath the seat somewhere. So coming up through here. So must just need a little bit of looking at again, just to see why that dust would be getting in through that area. So we've got the 2 water tanks. Yeah. They've got some lightweight checkerboards protecting them, so that's all fine. If you're doing some off-road travelling all the time, now and again you've got to lower these down because bits of gravel and dirt and rock get up under there between the plastic and this protection plate. Yeah, and if you're going over a lot of corrugations for a long period of time, you'll find that that can rub a hole in your water tank. So I'd rather see all this wiring inside the van. But then again, that's just me. Not
because the flames are going. That was me.
Do you see that? Every time. Okay, so that's a quick look around the JB Caravans Gator. Yep, the fully off-road 17.10 feet, something like that. That's a couple's van. Yep. What do you think about it being a couple's van?
Yeah, it's a good size. But if you're looking for a van that fits between a hybrid and you don't want to have a pop top and you want to get rid of your full-size van, you know, 21, 22, 23 foot and drop down into a fully off-road van,
yep,
it's a good fit for those people. Yep.
It's not particularly heavy. It's like, 2.2 ton. It's got a payload of about 500-600 kilos, something like that. So it's still under that 3 ton mark. So it makes it very easy to tow. Yeah, so if you've got a bigger car, fine. But if you don't have a bigger car and you have like a twin cab or all those kinds of 4 and 6 cylinder cars, you should be okay with this van. Yeah.
Yep. But anyway.
So we're talking about a $90,000 van here.
Yes.
Right.
Would you buy this van?
Would I buy the van?
Yeah.
No, I'm not buying this van.
Me neither.
Right.
So,
now that's not to say it's not a good van. It's
no,
just not for us.
It's not for us. We know that.
We need a little bit more room. We need a front window. If we're spending that kind of money, I'm going to be looking far and wide in the marketplace. So yeah, this is not a van for us. However, great couples van.
It could be a van for you.
It could well be a van for you. Who knows? Now, if you'd like to rent this van, we'll put the details in the description. You're welcome to. It's booked out all the time.
So it's obviously super popular.
People love it. Maybe they want to buy a Gator, or they want to buy a JB Caravan.
Or maybe they like the couple's van and they want to experience it. And there's heaps of people definitely renting this van that are looking for vans, and they want to see what it's all about and whether this suits them. So, if this is what you're looking for, put it behind your car, take it out and see if you like it.
Tastes great. Anyway, that's it from us. We will see you next time.